Hello everyone and welcome back yet again to another daily update video. My name is CryptoStash and I hope you're all having an amazing week. Currently it is Friday and let's get right to the charts as Bitcoin is right now retesting the range lows again. You can see right here we dropped down all the way towards the macro value area low of the range, which is also the second monthly pivot resistance, as you can see right here. So this is a very crucial zone for Bitcoin. Basically, we are holding right now. We did not drop below the last week to sweep the liquidity, which is also signifying that we could have a nice relief move towards the upside, potentially towards the daily open for the daily pivot, which is sitting right around 85K. That would mean Bitcoin could potentially pump 3 to 4% to the upside. As you can see right here, same thing could be said for it. We could see a pump towards the daily pivot or a pump towards at least the daily open and the weekly open levels, which could, of course, give us some nice moves for the day, as you can see. Other than that, we do have some very important signs flashing right now. We have our RSI momentum being oversold right here, hitting the 20 line, and we also formed a nice bullish divergence, which, as you can see right here, perfectly on our RSI momentum is giving us that signal for a potential relief bounce towards the upside, which could look something like this. We go and then we potentially go down to sweep the liquidity, which is sitting below. Basically, the liquidity below 80K could be swept any moment, basically, potentially in the next coming weeks. Stock market is right now also rejecting from the monthly pivot resistance, as you can see right here. Same things for the Nasdaq. The dollar is also gaining somewhat of a momentum after, you can see right here, breaking below this very important support. We are actually trying to reclaim this level as of right now. So this could potentially, as I said, help with the move for Bitcoin to sweep the liquidity even lower from the lows of April, basically, and then we could see that continuation to the upside actually happen. But as of right now, things are still looking very bad. Solana is also looking like it is going to retest the prices below $100. Basically, that would be the yearly support one at around 93 to 94. Skype also, you can see, retested its yearly pivot, and right now it is struggling to continue higher. It also struggling. You can see right here, we almost did test the 200 EMA on the weekly. We are getting a slight relief bounce right now with the New York market opening in about 15 minutes. We could see, as I have told you, that push towards the upside. Before we continue down, we could at least get a retest, as I said, of the daily open level. Open interest, basically, we are seeing open interest go down once again. Our CVD, the delta, is also going down. We did have some decent volume coming yesterday, but as of right now, it is getting dried out again. The liquidation heat map, we basically cleaned the liquidation heat map. You can see we took out, Bitcoin took out, the market makers did took out basically most of the liquidity which was towards the downside. And this is also one of the more reasons that we could see a relief pump to, as I said, potentially 84, 85K. Fear and greed index, of course, we dropped down towards 28, approaching that extreme fear zone once again after we had a nice sentiment relief. You can see yesterday we had almost 1 billion of spot ETFs outflows, with almost all of the bigger institutions selling off, as you can see right here: BlackRock, Fidelity, Bitwise. Almost all of them sold a crazy amounts of Bitcoin, which also comes up towards like 870 million, which is almost 1 billion of selling pressure, which is pretty big institutional outflows. The long versus shorts ratio for the day is, as you can see, we have quite a bit more shorts in the market than longs, which is also why I am saying that we could see a nice short squeeze towards the upside before the price actually continues to trend lower. But as of right now, as I said, we do look pretty due for a nice bounce correction towards the upside. Of course, this is not a financial advice, just my outlook for the markets right now. We did get our PPI data today. Let me just refresh the, so you can see it is basically higher than expected, which is basically still pretty bearish for the markets. And we do have in about 2 hours futures, basically options expiring for Bitcoin, which could also give us some volatility, be that either towards the upside or towards the downside. We're still going to see some volatility today. The precious metal markets also seeing quite a bit of a correction. Gold, basically, you could say it topped out at almost like 5,600, and we've had a massive correction. This basically, this correction, you think like 11%, this is nothing, but this is basically almost 1.2 trillion of market cap wiped out from the gold market. Since gold is has an extremely high market cap, this small move right here that you see, which is actually not that small but still, is basically over 1 trillion US dollars in market cap that has been wiped out. A lot of people have aped in long at the top, and this is why right now the market makers are punishing them with uh, this price action. But other than that, guys, I think this covers it for today. Have a nice Friday, and I'll see you again in the next one. Bye.